ImPRESSive reusable molding putty allows you to make molds of many objects just by pressing the object into the putty or pressing the putty over the object. One of the questions we've been asked is, what can you mold with each size of the ImPRESSive putty? This sounds like a simple question to answer, but the math is a little tiresome, so we'll show you with some examples and we will discuss the math. First of all, we have a 1 pound 450 gram size, a 6 ounce 170 gram size, and a 1.5 ounce trial size 73 gram size. We also have a 5 pounder or a 2.2 kilogram size for even larger molds or more molds. This is well suited for larger in-situ mold making opportunities such as from a statue or part of a building, also in classrooms. The ImPRESSive putty has a density of about 1.6 grams per cubic centimeter or 0.9 ounces per cubic inch. And in most cases you want to keep at least 1/4 inch thickness as a good rule of thumb. Larger molds may require thicker walls to provide more stability. So for the 1.5 ounce size you can cover 6.5 square inches of a part, or about a 1 by 1 by 1 cube such as this. If your part was a simple cube like the building block, you could cover 5 of these 6 sides. As our first example, here's a simple building block made into chocolate. Of course, most shapes are not exactly cubes, so you'll probably be doing more fancy shapes, which means calculating the surface area becomes a bit more difficult. Ta-da! There's our first chocolate. Think of the 1.5 ounce trial size for keys, buttons, coins, etc. You can actually do quite a few tiny molds for buttons with a 1.5 ounce size. We also made a Mickey Mouse hand with the same ImPRESSive putty. To melt the ImPRESSive putty, we placed the putty into the microwave for 14 seconds, let it cool before handling as it will be a little too hot to handle, and then we pressed it around the shape. We're pushing in some fondant here. Ta-da! Now let's talk about the 6 ounce. The 6 ounce ImPRESSive putty is 4 times as much as the 1.5 ounce, so you can cover 26 square inches, 168 square centimeters, or a cube with about 2 by 2 inch size. This turns out to be pretty close to the dimensions of this cute little salt shaker, which is about a 2 by 2 by 3 inches in diameter. Here we are cutting down the side of the mold to make it easier to pull out the squirrel shape, and then we will be pouring in the white chocolate. To melt the ImPRESSive putty's 6 ounce size, place it in the microwave for about 45 seconds for most microwaves, less time if you're in higher altitudes such as Leadville, Colorado. Let the putty cool a little bit before handling it because it will be hot. Tap the chocolate so that it goes into the shapes, let that cool, and remove your new shape. Ta-da! So now, I'll show you again with a 6 ounce on another piece. How about a little people's figurine? Ta-da! To make this figurine, we used a 2-part mold, which I will show you in another video. Now let's move on to the 1 pounder. This toy train is 6 inches by 3 inches by 2.5 inches. Because it's not a complete box shape, I am pushing the limits of what you can do with this 1 pound size, but we squeezed it out by making the mold a little thin in some spots. I actually had to remelt a spot or two to fill in a hole that had formed on the outside. I also cut down the side to make it easier to get the chocolate out. And there's the mold. Ta-da! There's the chocolate. So I hope that gives you some sense of what you can make with each size of the ImPRESSive putty. Let us know what questions you have, what other videos you'd like to see, and keep on experimenting.